labor present in non-disaster periods. For example, the everyday responsibilities of women and men in fishing and gardening translates into gender different response to warnings of oncoming climate hazards such as typhoons and droughts. Gender division of labor, women and men specialized traditional and local knowledge, far from being static, shift over time in response to a range of external factors including development processes, urbanization, environmental degradation, and climate change. As a result of this, presses the relevance of use of traditional knowledge and practices among the women and men of Pacific Island communities has significantly eroded. There is increasing evidence that successful adaptation and coping capacity relies upon measures based on the understanding of underlying causes of vulnerability that addresses the livelihood activities of poor and vulnerable communities. This not only requires an understanding of how livelihoods are conducted and sustained by men and women, it requires a strong appreciation of how climate change will impact upon available natural resources and the different roles that men and women play in managing their natural resources. Understanding gender divisions of labor within Pacific Island communities can therefore assist in providing more in-depth understanding of community perspectives on changes to climate and the environment. It can also provide a useful entry point for harnessing the specialized knowledge held by women and men in developing strategies for adapting the climate change. We would like to express our appreciation to CAPWIP and the partners for organizing this Congress and UNDP Pacific Center for facilitating the formation of a Pacific delegation to attend the third Global Congress on Women in Politics and Governance focusing on gender in DRR and ACC. Thank you also to OS8 for financial support. The Pacific team, which is comprised of representatives from government, non-government, and regional organizations working in the fields of gender, climate change, and disaster risk reduction, will share experience from the CAPWIP Congress and take forward priorities for the Pacific region. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. At this point, I'd like to introduce our partners to our honorable guests. We have from the UNISDR International Strategy for Disaster Risk Reduction. May I call on them to join us here at the table? We have the Women and Environment Development Organization. We have the World Conservation Union. I'm following the logo here. The Global Gender and Climate Alliance. We have the United Nations Environment Program. We have UNIFEM, the United Nations Development Fund for Women. And who have I missed? We have the IPU, of course, Senator Pia Cayetano is here. Then we have the Asian Development Bank, who's already with us, and the UNDP, United Nations Development Program. Okay. This time, I'd like to call on a Filipino artist who is well known for her folk singing, Miss Corita, to give us a song on the environment. The song, I understand, is her own composition, no?
Good afternoon. I was invited by the Center for Women, Asia Pacific Women in Politics, but I'm not in politics, I'm in music. So we should call it Asia Center for Asia Pacific Women in Music, CAPWIM. I'd just like to introduce the song. It's entitled One Earth. And I'm here to promote what is called the One Earth consciousness, which means that we are part of a community of life. We are all interdependent and interconnected. And we are responsible for the earth as it is responsible for us, and we should care for it as it cares for us. Unfortunately, we, human beings, have deemed it fit to destroy a masterpiece by transforming the earth into a vast marketplace where almost everything is for sale. The excessive drive for profits have ravaged our forests, plundered our oceans, even laid habitats bare, threatening the extinction of millions of species which are important or necessary to the survival of our planet. But before I give a longer speech, I'd like the song to communicate just exactly what I mean. This is, I'm supposed to sing this again at the end during the symbolic signing, so